Cha Eun Woo. Just hearing his names is enough to make millions of hearts around the world beat faster. He is the guy with an almost unreal perfect appearance, as if created by the gods themselves. That radiant smile that never seems to leave his face. Those sparkling eyes full of life. And his incredible talent in both acting and singing that makes everyone admire him endlessly. But behind that shiny, flawless image lies a story full of bitter tears, deep tragedy, and suffocating pressure that no one could ever imagine. Today on Unseen File, I am Jessica, and I will take you deep into the darkest and most emotional journey of Cha Eun Woo's life. A journey where tragedy and overwhelming pressure have changed him forever in ways he can never go back from. Let us stop for a moment and imagine this terrifying scenario together. You are standing at the absolute peak of your career with all the glory in the world. Fans everywhere are cheering your name. Money is flowing in and fame is spreading far and wide. Life seems so perfect that no one could find a single flaw. But in just one short moment, one devastating piece of news hits you like lightning. Everything can crumble into pieces in the blink of an eye. That is exactly what happened to Cha Eun Woo in April of 2023. When he received the heartbreaking news that his closest brother in ASTRO Moonbin had left this world forever because of a painful tragedy no one saw coming. Moonbin's death was not just a loss for the group. It was a deep personal loss of a soulmate who had walked beside Eun Woo since their trainee days, full of hardship, tears, and fragile dreams. Eun Woo once shared honestly, and with deep emotion, that he felt overwhelming guilt and regret after Moonbin's sudden departure. He kept asking himself over and over whether he could have done more to prevent this tragedy. The pain was so profound that he had to throw himself into work non-stop just to stop his own inner world from completely collapsing. Only 1 week after Moonbin's funeral, Eun Woo was forced to appear at a major event in Thailand. On stage, he tried to wipe away his tears quietly. The bright smile we all knew seemed to have disappeared completely. Instead, his eyes looked empty, filled with despair and exhaustion. That was the exact moment when many fans began to realize that the Cha Eun Woo we knew before had changed forever, and nothing could bring him back to how he used to be. I am Jessica, and I believe this was not only Eun Woo's personal loss, but also a painful reminder to the entire entertainment industry that behind all the glamour are real human beings made of flesh and blood who are silently enduring invisible pressure. The pressure in the K-pop industry has never been easy for anyone. Schedules packed from early morning until late at night, training sessions that drain both body and soul completely, and the vicious, hateful comments from anti-fans that cut like sharp knives straight into the heart, causing wounds that keep bleeding. After Moonbin passed away, Eun Woo became an even bigger target for endless, malicious criticism. When he and the remaining ASTRO members released a tribute song for Moonbin in 2025, some people turned around and criticized him harshly, saying the group was exploiting the pain of the deceased to make money and create drama. Protest trucks appeared in front of the company. White funeral wreaths were sent non-stop. Eun Woo chose to endure all of it in silence without any public response. I believe those moments helped Eun Woo grow in the most painful yet profound way. He learned that fame sometimes does not bring true happiness, but only brings invisible wounds that are hard to heal and haunt you for life. But it was precisely in the deepest, darkest moments of despair that Eun Woo slowly began to find his own path to healing. He threw himself into solo music as a way to express emotions he could not say out loud. The songs he wrote carried messages of hope, resilience, and accepting pain as a necessary part of life. Every lyric felt like a piece of his broken heart slowly being mended over time. Through these solo projects, Eun Woo was not only singing for himself, but also singing for millions of fans who are quietly suffering from similar pressure just like him. As Jessica, I feel deeply moved and empathetic watching this transformation. From a boy with a perfect radiant smile, he has gradually become a much deeper artist with richer experience and the ability to inspire others through his own scars. I think Cha Eun Woo's journey shows us a harsh truth about the Korean entertainment industry. The pressure to always be perfect, the pressure to maintain an ideal image in front of the public, the pressure to keep working non-stop even when you are grieving deeply. Many other idols have fallen because of similar burdens over the years. But Eun Woo chose to stand up no matter how hard it was. He took on acting roles that required much more emotional depth and inner complexity. He showed his growth through every look, every gesture, and every line on the big screen. I believe it was exactly those tragedies and massive pressures that transformed Eun Woo from a flawless, handsome idol into a real human being with complex and profound emotional layers. He is no longer the perfect boy without any flaws, but an artist who knows how to embrace pain, turn it into strength, and share it sincerely with his audience. What do you think about everything Cha Eun Woo has gone through in silence? Can pain truly transform a seemingly perfect young man into someone stronger, deeper, and more mature in life? I believe these wounds have actually helped Eun Woo connect more deeply with his fans, because they see in him not just an idol, but a real vulnerable human being. Let us continue exploring together in the next part of this video. We will dive even deeper into the enormous pressures from the Korean entertainment industry, the non-stop criticisms, and how Eun Woo found small rays of light in the thick darkness of his life. The story is still very long, full of emotion, and many untold details ahead. Do not miss it, because what is coming next will make you reflect a lot about the real value of fame and happiness. And now let us continue together and go even deeper into Cha Eun Woo's journey, full of tears and challenges after the tragedy of losing his brother Moonbin. It was not only the personal pain he had to face, but also an enormous block of pressure from the harsh and merciless K-pop industry. His work schedule became denser than ever, with filming sessions that lasted for dozens of hours, straight, exhausting dance practices, and recording sessions that drained both his body and soul completely. His body was tired, but his mind and spirit were exhausted many times more. As Jessica, I think that so many people out there only see the perfect, radiant image of idols on stage, and forget that they are also real human beings made of flesh and blood, who have to fight every single day against their own limits and the extremely high expectations from the public. The vicious and cruel comments from anti-fans made the situation even worse and much heavier. After Moonbin's death, many people shifted their attention to Eun Woo and criticized him for everything under the sun. Some said he was not sad enough because he still appeared on stage. Others accused him of exploiting the tragedy to gain his attention and revive his career. When ASTRO released the tribute song for Moonbin in 2025, a portion of the public suddenly turned around and criticized him harshly and maliciously. They claimed the group was using the pain of the deceased to make money and create drama. Protest trucks gathered in front of the management company. White funeral wreaths were sent non-stop without end. Eun Woo chose to endure all of it in complete silence without any public response. I believe those exact moments made Eun Woo grow in the most painful yet profound way possible. He learned that fame sometimes does not bring real happiness, but only brings invisible wounds that are hard to heal and will haunt you for the rest of your life. But it was precisely in the deepest and darkest moments of despair that Eun Woo slowly began to find his own path to healing in a gradual but determined way. He threw himself into solo music as a powerful way to express all the emotions he could not put into words. The songs he composed carried strong messages of hope, unbreakable resilience, and accepting pain as an inevitable part of life. Every lyric he wrote felt like a piece of his broken heart slowly being mended over time. Through these solo projects, Eun Woo was not only singing for himself, but also singing for millions of fans who are quietly suffering from the same kind of pressure just like him. As Jessica, I feel deeply moved and empathetic when witnessing this transformation. From a boy with a perfect, radiant smile, he has gradually become a much deeper artist with richer inner experiences and the ability to strongly inspire others through his own scars. Eun Woo's journey also reveals a harsh and sad truth about the Korean entertainment industry: the pressure to always be perfect in every moment, the pressure to maintain an ideal image in front of the public, the pressure to keep working non-stop even when you are grieving deeply inside. Many other idols have fallen because of similar mental burdens over the years. But Eun Woo chose to stand up no matter how difficult it was. He took on acting roles that demanded much more emotional depth and inner complexity. He showed his growth through every single look, every gesture, and every line delivered on the big screen. I believe it was exactly those tragedies and massive pressures that transformed Eun Woo from a flawless, handsome idol into a real human being with complex and profound emotional layers. He is no longer the perfect boy without any flaws, but an artist who knows how to embrace pain, turn it into strength, and share it sincerely with his audience. When looking back at Cha Eun Woo's entire long journey, we can clearly see a permanent and irreversible change. He still maintains his handsome and charming look, He still has outstanding acting and singing talent, but his eyes now carry much deeper stories. His smile is still radiant, but it now holds both deep sadness and extraordinary resilience. Eun Woo has learned how to live with the loss, instead of trying to forget it or run away from it. He continues to work with ASTRO and his solo career, but with a much more responsible and mature spirit than before. His story is a living and convincing proof that fame and pressure can change a person forever in ways no one can predict. But more importantly, the way we face those painful events will determine who we become in the future ahead. I am Jessica from Unseen File, and I sincerely thank you for walking with me throughout today's video. Cha Eun Woo's journey is not simply the story of a famous K-pop star, but also a profound lesson about mental health, the value of resilience, and cherishing the people around you before it is too late. If you're feeling pressure and difficulties in your own daily life, please remember that even the most perfect people on stage can fall down and stand back up stronger. Be strong, just like how Cha Eun Woo did it in silence. If you like and find this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe to the Unseen File channel to support me. We will meet again in the next untold stories that are just as captivating and deep. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.